It's like energy points that you tap on, that releases. I'm not quite sure what it releases, but I trust in Brian.
And why would you do it? What's the purpose of it?
To lose like the bad thoughts and feelings, negative stuff about me, and focus on moving forward and think about good thoughts. You don't need to speak, or like he doesn't really need to see your notes or anything. He doesn't need to know anything. It's just like when you think about it, you don't have to tell him what you're thinking about. You're thinking about it, and then doing what he has taught you today, basically.
Yeah.
And it does work.
How does it work for you?
Well, I had to think of this really bad thought, and I was breaking down at every point. I couldn't actually breathe and stuff. And it was nothing to do with my past, but it was the worst thought that had came across. And I was actually greeting when we were doing it, and then within 5 minutes I was like, wow, that really means nothing to me in a way.
Is this a thought that you had imagined? Is it a
No,
fear or something?
it's a thought that happened, and it kept coming back to me. I mean, I could explain what actually happened. What happened was I was bathing my niece, and I had actually visualised me touching her, like at what happened to me, but I never touched her. I was just started screaming, like, so that was the worst thought. But I used to even shake. I couldn't speak about it because I thought I had done something wrong, and that was the first I'd really spoke about it. It was just obviously a fear, like because of the books I'd read. Everybody that seems to be abused will blame, oh well, I was abused growing up, so I don't understand why I would want to do that to somebody else if that's how I felt. That was my biggest fear, was please God help me, don't let me grow up and do this to people. But after that I was just like, wow, I'm no to blame.
How do you think the tapping therapy has helped you view yourself?
Well, it's took away most of my bad thoughts. I seem quite at peace, if that makes sense. I used to be really scared of everything, like absolutely everything. I would be choking and not be able to breathe, and I couldn't actually tell you what it would be for, or I could tell you some of the things it could be for that I'd worked myself into a panic, but it's like I just start, and my concentration will focus on that, and it's just, I don't think bad thoughts as much anymore. I'm just thinking college again, onwards, upwards.
Yeah, moving forward.
Moving forward, aye.
And being positive now.
Aye.
I know I've certainly been saved from not going down the path of drinking drugs, but I know people that have been abused, and often that's the way that people end up. Do you think that tapping therapy helps people prevent them going down that route, or get out of being in that route?
Well, I wasn't quite doing that route as such, but I was maybe taking a sleeping tablet or taking a...
A doobie?
Aye, I don't know what to say. At the end of the night thinking, oh, that's going to help me sleep. But I've actually no bothered at all. I don't drink or anything either. I don't need that at the end of the night. I'll just practice my tapping.
Yeah. Do you see yourself using the therapy going on into the future, or do you think there'll be a time where you think, actually I'm all sorted now, I won't bother using it?
No, I think I would keep using it, just as a habit as well, to make sure. I would definitely keep using it.
Would you recommend it? And if you would recommend it, what would you say to them about it?
I would say, try it. You've nothing to lose, basically. I mean, people will laugh at me and say, what, do you actually sit and do that? And I'm like, well, like, the lassie I go with, she was raped and stuff by her dad. So see, I'm like, well, you should try it, you know. Don't sit and laugh at me. You're the one that will still maybe go on about your dad. When do you ever hear me speaking about the people or the tragic things? I'm like, oh, it's just a tragic circumstance, whatever. It's just a tragic circumstance now.
So you get a distance from it?
Aye, it's like a memory.
So it doesn't affect you now?
No, to be honest, I don't think it's that affects me. I think it's all the feelings of fear that were affecting me. But I still just keep it up because I do still feel myself. Even driving, when I feel panicky, I will do that across the steering wheel, like start tapping, aye.
Aye, me too.
Aye, just to start, as long as I'm tapping somewhere,
Yeah.
but straight away I'll start, because I panic a lot driving. Because other drivers, like, they're always so impatient, or maybe I'll get lost and I'll be like, oh, I need to get back into the left there. But I don't have fears, I'm keeping them at bay. Is that how to put it?
Aye.
So I wouldn't actually take the chance and stop doing it, because I wouldn't want things creeping back up on me. I'm not saying it's magic or anything, but it could be. I don't know.
But it definitely works for you.
Aye.
Do you find that it's the incidents that happened when you were younger that you're able to tap through and have a distance from, or how do you view it?
It started the incidents when I was younger, but it's kind of more the knock-on effect, like the fear and stuff I've got, and maybe people putting me in trouble when I've not actually done anything. I mean, I'm not an adult. Why am I getting in trouble?
Yeah.
When I first came here, I was literally screaming inside, like, actual, help me, panicking. But now, as you can see, and I don't actually know where it's all went to.
And how often do you use your tapping?
Maybe at the end of the night, or sometimes if I'm lying watching telly, I don't realise, like, in my brain, I'm still thinking about, like, the movements, but maybe no tapping, but I'll still be, or I'll find myself just doing it without realising.
What is different about the tapping therapy that talking therapies?
You don't talk. He doesn't know, or if he does know, I don't think he knows any of your previous history. I mean, every time you're just going in and it's like auto repeat. It just feels awkward, like repeating yourself, because they're not the first person to have heard you. God.
Talk about the problem.
Aye, and you're like, this still can't be the same problems for the years ago, really, but it is.
And so why does tapping therapy help that? Or deal with that differently?
Maybe it helps me concentrate on other things. Once I just start thinking of what it is I want to get rid of, it seems to be ready, if you know what I mean. I seem to keep, I don't know, flushing things out. I'm just kind of doing what I feel. That's how it feels, like flushing it out.